Yo, 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 what do you do, baby? So we're we are going to be educated by Lorne here. Lauren is gonna Lauren is gonna solve racism. Oh my God. But yeah, like this topic will be about the dreaded N word. And it's a word that I never like really grew up saying. Like, you know, I had black friends, but it's not something I used to, we never used to call each other these names. Like, well, these names. We never said like, what's up. Never like said anything like that. Even though we did listen to like, rap music and stuff like that. We just, I don't know. We just never like. I think it's because it's something you have to like. It's a cultural thing for the most part. I know most people like, you know a lot of people get it from like music and stuff like that, but it just never like caught on with me and my friends growing up. You know, it's certain people, they would try to say it to me like, white people. But it's not something like, if they try like, fuck off, don't say that to me. Like, I'm not your, but it's a word that some people have like issues with it being said by certain people, and I think there should be like context behind it because like I've said this before, but I listen to the most degenerate shit ever. I listen to some rap music sometimes, and some white rappers. These guys grew up around like black people. They grew up around in an environment or in a culture that you know the N word is like their second word after everything they say. And I'm not gonna be one of those people who are like, you can't say it, you can't say it. But that's what he grew up. He grew up around. That's what he says. That's what his friend says. Who are black, and if they're okay with it, then who am I to like, go up to him and say, oh, you can't say that word. Like, no, I don't know. It's like I it's one of those things. It's one of those things that there's a lot of nuance behind it. Because it can be said in an endearing way, and obviously in a racist type of way. You know, I remember, like, I've been on the internet for, like I said, like most of my life, really, since I was like 15, 14. And I used to like, this was in the in the like, mid 2000s when chat rooms were still a thing. I used to have people, you know, um send racist abuse to me, and that was back then when I was younger. Like back then, it to be honest, I I, I was I felt bad when people used to say shit like racist shit to me online, but as time went on, you you kind of you kind of grew up like you kind of it doesn't bother you as much. It's not something you should be used to, but you become used to it. You become used to people saying certain things online to you, and that more from like in my early teen years when like 4chan was a thing, and you see this being said to you and stuff like that. Like you said, it's this type of thing that just rolls off your shoulder nowadays. And it's sad. It's sad in a way. Yes, it's sad because I think even now it's even more like people like I still visit these message boards, and people would you know they would use the R to like refer to anything. it's just it's just one of those things. But yeah, it's just it's just something that, like I said, there's different nuance to it, and but I don't think there's much nuance when this fucker says it, and this piece of shit uses that word. But yeah, it's just one of those things. So this video, Lorne will be he's going to tell us about certain things. He's going to, like, he's going to teach us about the N word, and what specific scenario it should be used and who should be called an N word and stuff like that. I this is a video I found this months ago. And I was like, and when I first heard it, I was like, fuck, of course, Lauren would have this opinion. I fucking knew it. It wasn't a surprise to me. It's like, oh yeah, of course. So this is the fable. There's black people, and then there's the N word. That thing. The Chris Rock thing that he said in a stand-up comedy, and he later on he was like, nah, actually this is fucking bullshit, and I agree with him. I don't think you should be like, this is the good black person, or this is the good white person, and this is the bad white person, like, or bad black person. I don't, you are what you are, man. There's why try to, like, what's the point? Who does that benefit? Your people people are, not everyone is the same. Why should I be a certain way to be seen a certain way? You know what I'm saying? To be treated a certain way. I should be like the best of the best to be respected. No, people can just be themselves. An average person. Like, what's the big deal? So yeah, Lauren is going to educate us on the N word. Let's have a deep dive into this wisdom.
Well, yeah, you're. Hmm. I've never heard that. I mean, maybe like.
You know what the dumbest thing about that example was? Like, the stealing in itself is for self gain. But he tried to add the murder as well. Like, I don't know why he tried to, like, he did that. I don't see the point of that. Stealing, like like I said, stealing itself is you're stealing something from someone to gain something from someone. That is, that should have been the example. But the reason why I don't think that was the example was because stealing. Lord has he has, like, history with stealing shit. So I think that's why he didn't want to. That's why he didn't want to stop at the stealing part. That's why, in my opinion, because he didn't want to be seen. So he didn't want her to say, wouldn't that be like, yeah, wouldn't that doesn't sound like you. You know, you stole Betty's money. Like couldn't you say the same thing about yourself? But because he hasn't murdered anyone as far as we know. He had to like add that in. Like if you steal something, and someone saw you, and then you kill them. That's what it is, right? He's such a fucking idiot. But that is my opinion. I think that is the reason why he said that, in my opinion.
Like when you see a white person talking with another white person and they're, trying to speak in slang and call each other that as something friendly, but see,
And does this guy like does he does he not know himself? Like you know? Does he d- he has like does he not it always blows my mind. Like Lorne, I know I'm a broken record, but he does he not look at himself like does he not hear himself like think, oh, this could be said about me? Like you are that guy. You that's you. You're the guy. You know? Oh my God. And and just so you guys, Lauren is a fucking racist. Lauren is a racist. Lauren, if you read his prison letters, Lauren, Lauren is the type of guy who would be in prison for wanting to molest a child, and he would be surrounded by niggas, by black people, and he'll be like, "Oh, these fucking animals! They're so loud." you know, I just keep to myself. These people are so bad. They're so evil. While this piece of shit, he's a registered sex offender. Who drink dries like every other day. Who stole like loads of money from an old woman. You know, and he has the nerve to like he would be the type like these people they have there's nothing about them like he, he's fucking joke, man. Fuck me.
it's just I know that there's the dictionary definition and then there's what's tied to that word in history, and that's the last word a lot of people hear before they die a violent death. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Nice one, Winnie. Yeah, break yourself, nigga. Bam, bam. Yeah, funny. But you see what I'm saying? It amazes me. I mean, sometimes you read certain things about people online, and they it's not like Lauren is not special in this regard. There's loads of people like this who they would they would say certain things. They would say something, and you think to yourself like, you're like that. You do that, and they would it just doesn't register. It just doesn't. It just doesn't pop into their heads. It's just amazing to me. I'm it's one of the things that like I'm happy that I'm not like this. I'm happy I can actually look into myself. I have my flaws, no doubt, no doubt about it. We all do. But at least you know what they are, and and I know how to, how to hide it sometimes. I know how to like, try be a good person, and hide certain emotions or certain habits of yourself, certain things you do. You can do that, but he he just can't do it. Oh my fucking god! But yeah, Lauren. is a fucking idiot. And this is a bit of a departure about what we were talking about, but I've always, making about videos about Lorne. It's always like, just something in the back of my mind would say to me like, is this should you do this? Should you make it, am I bullying Lorne? Am I, trolling? Am I doing anything wrong by making videos about someone? And, it seeing the whole Chris Chan thing as well, it made me think like, am I like the people who troll Chris Chan? And because that's a fun, man, that's a depressing shit, man. That's some depressing stuff. Because even I like watch videos on Chris Chan as well. I've seen stuff about him, and I do find her Christine, or find her interesting. And the way, if he's there's a video series about like the history of Christian, and I've seen pretty, I'm all up to date, right? Right, and you see how the trolls and people who would like pop into her life and stuff like that would plant seeds in her mind of what they would like drop things in her mind, and she progressively became worse and worse and worse to the point like, yeah, we know what happened today, we know what happened recently. But if with the Chris Chan thing, I think people, you it should have been left alone years ago. It should have been it should have been let go, because this is someone who's not mentally all that stable. Do you know what I'm saying? They're not mentally sound, and I think people went too far, and that's the fear I have making videos on Lorne. That I don't want to. It's something I struggle with. I don't want to become, you know, I don't want to be that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, right? I don't want to, but I try, but then I think to myself like, I I try to like excuse my behavior of making videos about Lord, is the fact that I think I think Lord is a bad person. I don't think like, I'm not catfishing Lord. I'm not calling Lord. I'm not doing anything like that. So that's what like prevents me from thinking I'm not as bad, because whatever like Christian became, or Christine, whatever she became, is partially on the part of like people who were, the trolls, people who would, you know go far and above what they should have done, because there are people who, they went too far. They went too fucking far. And I like, you know, I don't mind mild trolling and stuff like that, but they went too far. And I think sometimes when you're listening to the Lauren phone calls, and you're listening to the fucking catfish, and sometimes they do go too far. There's some certain things that you become uncomfortable with. And even Lorne, even I can say Lorne is a bad guy, but it doesn't prevent me from saying like, I don't want to listen to this bit. I can't be bothered with this. But this, I'm not, you know. Even I can like say like, no, I'm not cool with that one. But yeah, yeah, it's just one of the things that I think about. You know, I don't know, I don't know. Like I use this as because no one in my I have no friends or family. They don't know about they don't know about my interest in lore, and I don't think it would be something they would be all that interested in. So I've used this as a way to I make videos about this to get things off my mind sometimes to let certain thoughts out. It's like my own little, therapy session, really, because I do enjoy it. But like I said, I, I don't want to be a part of something that maybe becomes too far. But I don't think e- even as bad as you know the catfish and stuff. Enough, it pales in comparison to what Christian had to deal with. So I don't know. It's just one of those things. It's something I think